The whole idea about your environment must be represented in the music, in the arts. So any
All right. So, just a few days after the ex-secretary of the African Action Congress, Izenwa, and his co-travelers, staged a conference to say that they were sacking the chairman of their party, Mr. Showore, from the African Action Congress. Area father, or also known as Charly Boy, has also come out to launch his own tirade attacking Mr. Showore. In a video released just yesterday on social media, apparently he was sitting in the toilet and saying that he's shitting, and he made a video inside the toilet, very dramatic scene, and then he castigated Showore, saying that initially he had attacked Showore, saying that Sowore collected money from Tinubu, lodged in Tinubu's hotel during the election, and now. But this video this time is alleging that Sowore and others have gone to bed after the elections were over. So I'll play the video to you now, and then we will analyze the video, the content of it together, so that we'll be able to diagnose the situation, and then we can tell exactly what is the issue, and we'll know where to move on to from there.
Guy, go to don't chop me palm tree for head. 2019 election don't finish, no be so. But come, why it be say many of those useless people will deceive us, like say then serious to run for the office of the president of Nigeria? Not one of them they talk again. Why? Or even the organized protest as Nigeria don't turn butter. Oh. So they know they hear the bad things where they happen. Why you can't be say all of a sudden all of them don't keep quiet? Nonsense and ingredients, betrayers, scammers, extortionists, blackmailers. Well not day. Una know una self. Well not day. Where those useless people will come my house? We say we have decided to work together. We call themselves, what do they call themselves? Pact. Una no fit see or hear from them again. Because of why? Because they were sent at the time to cause confusion in the electoral system. If you don't know, make una know. They were the boys of professional politicians paid by APC and PDP that I told you nothing from any of those parties, no salvation from that place. Una see how they refuse to cooperate, to come together to wrestle power, come off from this politician hand. Because why? They collect money. Most of them are the enemies of Nigeria, make I tell you now. Okay? See how they believe people like Sowore, Fela Durotoye. I feel they call names. Where most of them were all stooges to politicians. From London to America to Europe. Now, so some of them, they scam people, they raise money for their pocket.
Now, let's get into the analysis of this new allegation by Charly Boy. Well, we can't forget immediately that already he had alleged that Sowore collected money from Tinubu immediately after Sahara reporters published the leaked tape by Deji Adeyanju, which alleged that Charly Boy collected money from Festus Keyamo. Charly Boy in that leaked tape agreed or acknowledged that he actually collected money from Festus Keyamo, although Festus Keyamo, being a trained lawyer, denied it, and then Charly Boy also started denying it. We understand when your lawyer says plead guilty or plead not guilty. You understand the situation. Well, there are a few things, all right. Number one is that it is either Charlie Boy, because apparently he's not even aware, or maybe it's just because, you know, sometimes when you are angry, anger can blind you, or sorry, can pull veil over your face. But this is just to update Charlie Boy that only few days ago or weeks ago, Sowore left his abode to come to Nigeria to join, you know, some Nigerians who were being oppressed in Mushin and some communities in Lagos, and was fighting with them even at the police station. So Sowore did not abandon Nigerians. He did not abandon his struggle. And Sowore has also been updating Nigerians almost check his wall, you know. But it is either, there are three things I'm thinking. Number one, it is either Charlie Boy is still angry that Sowore published that particular thing at our reporters, you know, that Sowore would even publish at all. But what I would say to that is that Sowore was not the person who alleged that Charlie Boy collected money. It was the Jadin. So I think Charlie Boy should just channel its energy to resolve issues with the Jadin rather than attacking Sowore, because if you cannot attack the Jadin because you feel, oh, it is Sowore whose offense or sin is bigger, then it's funny. Now, when you attack Sowore for publishing, for Sahara Reporters publication of Deji Adeyanju's tape, then it's funny. If it is not that Charlie Boy is still angry about that, it is that number two, could we also say that Charlie Boy was paid? Could it also be that Charlie Boy was paid the same way it is alleged that others were also paid to stage that suspension of Sowore from the party? If that is true, then AAC members and Sowore should expect more attacks. Alright, because they will continue if it is true that these are paid attacks. If it is not either of these two that I've mentioned, then it must be, and this one will be funny, that Charlie Boy is probably missing Sowore. Maybe it's been a long time Sowore last called Charlie Boy or checked on him, you know. Maybe he's now missing Sowore, like waiting they wrong with this boy, he never call me, make I call him bluff. Is this one of those three? Well, I joke, alright, but the reality also is that while I joke, I know what I'm also doing. You should also look within the joke, you'll find the thing in there. Well, before I move on to the next topic, and before I even make my recommendation finally, I want to quickly respond to something I just saw. I disagree with you that Charlie Boy is referring to Sowore, probably talking about Mohalu and the other candidate. No, he mentioned Sowore. I played the video, you can always play it back. Do you want me to play it again? He mentioned Sowore particularly and mentioned Durotoye. And I'm also sure that he mentioned Durotoye to make it look like it was not a direct attack at Sowore. I'm very sure, because if you read, I can read mood, and I read that very well. Now let me make this clear that I know that I'm not trying to absolve Sowore. Sowore has his own weaknesses, and we have to be sure, we have to be clear about this. But as per this particular one, no, Sowore has been going out and identifying with Nigerians, especially oppressed Nigerians, since after the election. He didn't go to bed. So that is what Charlie Boy got wrong, and that spoiled the entire video, even though he had good intention for making that video. But that spoiled the video altogether. Alleging that Sowore has gone to bed. No, Sowore has been fighting since after the election. He didn't go to bed. Alright, so that's on that side. Now I'm aware that Mr. Durotoye has moved on to his personal life since then, and he's been doing other things. He has not been doing so much talking about politics, or since the elections were over, he has not been talking too much into politics. I'm aware that Mohalu has also given up, because the last publication I read about him says that he was quoted saying that he was disappointed in Nigerian youth, and that he was likely not coming back, and that he would be willing to accept, he would consider, sorry, not that he would be willing, that if he is offered appointments in Buhari's cabinet, he would consider, he would think it through and consider. But Sowore has continued to say there is no hope in this government or anyone represented by PDP. And he is not also attacking Nigerian youth. He is saying that, well, he believes that oppressed people's faces, the eyes of the oppressed people will open someday, and that they will realize that they need to fight. So if you put all of those together, you will not say that Sowore went to bed. I'm following all of these people, don't forget. And all of us are following too, and we are opening our brains while we are doing all these things that we are doing. Alright? So having said that, I think Charly boy, area father, should please, enough of this tirade. Just calm down. Although it doesn't matter, right? According to AAC people, it doesn't matter whatever Charly boy does. But then I think Charly boy should just move on. Quit all these things. It's not necessary. You're an old man. Leave all these things. Yes, Sowore reporters published your tape with Deji Adeyanju, but that doesn't mean Sowore was the one who accused you of collecting money from Festus Keyamo. It was Deji Adeyanju who accused you. So first Deji Adeyanju, Sowore reporters merely published. Alright. Well, I dump that one on that angle, and then I move on to the next. This time I have Daddy Showkey, and this will be taking us back to the Naira Marley story. Listen to it.
Now you keep spoil and tip Nigeria money. Now you tip Nigeria money. All the people they tip Nigeria money. Where don't they tip Nigeria money? Wait till I don't do them. Wait till I don't do them. When I carry the boy, they treat the boy like say na slave. I bet when I get out. When I get out, when I want to the bomb and I go do am. When I want to am and I go do am. When I get children, when our children say go see their own. Waiting. Work not there for the society. Job no day. Okay, if you want this thing, every day we don't talk say start vocational school, start this. You no agree. So what do you want me poor man pikin do? What do you want me poor man pikin do? Why you want me poor man pikin take feed himself? Now Ogun go kill all of una. Waiting. See, like when I carry the boy, they concord. Like say the boy want the boy carry bomb. All the boy they bomb Nigeria. What I don't do them? Nonsense, idiot.
Nonsense and ingredients. Abi, you know this. I joke too much, Shegun. Take it easy. Anyways, so that was Daddy Showkey. Daddy Showkey is of the opinion that it is, like they always say, iluti ko si ofin ko si eshe. Where there are no laws, there are no sins. Where you have not provided employment, desperate means of livelihood is imminent. All right. So you cannot excuse desperate or extreme measures people take up to survive if you have not provided them employment. That is the argument of Daddy Showkey. Although my worry is, as Daddy Showkey and the rest of them who are legendary or veterans in the music industry, taking their time to talk to these boys too. We understand that there are issues in the country, but it's also not okay to therefore you have become like a model to people, and you now come and start saying everybody go into crime. Abba now. So Daddy Showkey, while you say you do not where there are no laws, there are no sins, it is also in the same Bible that we also say that we cannot be in sin and ask that grace abound. Shall we ask? Was it Paul that said? Paul the apostle said, "Shall we ask for grace to abound when we are in sin?" We don't continue to do that. Somebody should borrow me the proper quotes from the scripture. If you have it, please supply it on the screen. All right. Now, that is to say, please, all of you who are legends in it, except you also subscribe to the concept of cybercrime, you should call all of these boys to order. Call them, say, guys, come. You are models. There are some things we understand the situation of the country. We understand that people are resorting to desperate means of survival. However, It is not in our place as celebrities. It is not in our place as models. It is not in our place as people who shape opinions, people who shape perspectives, people who set agenda in the society, people who are faces of things like this. It is not in our place to be promoting crimes or be excusing crimes. No, it is not in our place to be doing that. So those of you who are, yes, support your own, you are in the same industry, is fine, but please talk to them at the same time. I would have expected it that the Showkey, for instance, to come up and say, yes, while what he did was wrong, at least admit that it was wrong, except that he wants to say it was right. Admit what he did was wrong, but that it is not as worse as, yes, that is a fair way to criticize the EFCC. We know the EFCC is biased and can be irresponsible sometimes, especially most times, in fact, because they know the people who are stealing the futures and destinies of these young people, but they are not doing anything about them. One minute you are claiming immunity, the next minute you are hunting the ones that are not in the ruling political party and exonerating the other ones. We are not fools. We see all of these things, all right? But at the same time, those of us, because if you can justify small thief, you already have the tendency to justify the big ones too. Yes, that's the reality. Thank you for supplying that scripture, Romans chapter 6 verse 1, Rooks Omomi. Thank you so much, my sister, or my mommy, depending on your age. All right. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you don't come out and saying we support somebody for committing crime because the country is not good. Two wrongs will never, as I said yesterday, two wrongs will never make it right. It is therefore important at this point that we continue to resound it. We will not stop saying it. All the young people who feel oppressed, all the young people who feel oppressed, all right, should come together. You have something in common, and it is your oppression. The response to oppression is not crime. It's not yahoo yahoo. The response to oppression is to confront the oppression and fight it until you finish it. If all of those who are doing yahoo yahoo today, in their millions, in their hundreds of thousands, that is why President Buhari can call you lazy Nigerian youth. Resorting to crime is not excuse, is not the way to fight your oppressors. Okay, that's on one side. Let us all come together, kick APC and PDP out. Those of you who are justifying Naira Marley and justifying other people who are promoting crime, I have one word for you. You already have a tendency to also promote or to support or to justify kidnapping. You will also justify armed robbery. You will say, because there's no job, people have to rob. You say because there's no job, people should do pickpocketing. You say, oh, because there's no job. Do you understand it? So please, let us stop saying things that do not. Okay, VCN Media, was there a first one, and what did he say in the first one? Did he condemn? Did he condemn what Naira Marley did? I'm not supporting that Naira Marley should go to jail. In any case, I don't believe he will go to jail for this. I don't believe, because this is Nigeria. He will not necessarily go to jail. He will not. Just record it somewhere. He may not. Okay, let me change it. It is not that he will not. He may not go to jail. This is Nigeria. We know the problem with this country. He may not. But let us get something very clear. Let's talk to all these people. Where were your voices when Rugged Man, Semi, and the rest of them were coming out to say no to yahoo yahoo, no to yahoo yahoo, and people were attacking them? Where were these people who are backing, who are criticizing the EFCC now? And EFCC also has their own issues. EFCC, if you are going to pick Naira Marley because he said, "Am I a yahoo boy?" you should also pick those that sang Kinshati Lowo, Waya Waya. You should also pick them up if you want to really do that job. Waya, kin shati lowo. You know that song? That song blow past this song we Naira Marley sing now. He blow well. You know the sing. You know the person we sing. So do you understand what I'm saying? So that is where we have issues. That's where we have issues. So if we really want to make examples and teach people lessons, that what they are doing is further affecting the psyche of the society, the right way to go is to pick not just the low-hanging fruit. That would be lazy. There are people in the Senate who are doing the wrongest of things. There are people in the National Assembly who are doing the wrongest of things. There are those who are refusing to release local government allocations to the local government council. They are sitting on it at the state level. There are people who are collecting money for allocation for the same road every year through budgetary allocations, but they never went on the road to fix it. We have them like that. But EFCC will not do their job in that way. And you are angry at Nigerian youth who are resorting to crime. It's desperate measures. These are desperate measures. Okay? Treasurer Anyawale, you say Nice did not come out to post, but he came out to sing. So it's just a question of medium. Now weigh these things. Somebody comes out to say that on one side, okay, there are two cases now. One person comes out to say, okay, kinshati low, even if na wire, kinshati she yahoo kinshati low. All right, on one side. Another person comes out to say, see me see trouble. Am I doing wire? Now, you now pick the one that says, see me see trouble. Am I doing wire? You leave the one that is saying, kinshati low here, even if na wire. Anyways, Alabi Samuel say there's a video that Showkey said he should temper justice with mercy. A call to beg the government, hoping things will be solved, landed for him. One love, right love. Okay. If there was that video that I didn't see, I apologize. Okay. If there was that program I did not see, if there was that video of Daddy Showkey asking them to tamper justice with mercy. But what I am saying is, get it clearly. What I'm saying is, have you condemned what Naira Marley did before you condemn those that are prosecuting him? Condemn it first. Say, guy, what you did was not good. Although the EFCC is overbearing on this, they are over flexing their muscle over minor issue. But then Naira Marley, what you did, so that these guys also know what you're saying. Do you get? Alright. Dan Israel says, if you're a Yoruba on this platform, please start watching and listening to Adenka Grandson. Your war is coming soon. Start preparing. You have been hearing war songs since all these days, but that's not what we. See. How many of you are prepared for war? Are you prepared? Dan Israel, are you prepared? Bless me, Lord. How many people can live with 18,000 naira? I agree with you. So that means it is also okay to encourage everybody to go into crime, when we should actually confront these people who don't want to release money to the public. Concerned man say EFCC are putting cats before the horse. They should go for corrupt police. Yeah, I agree with you. Dan Israel, you are prepared for war. Okay, start it. Treasurer Anyawale, the issue started when he said something on Instagram. I read that, and that is why I'm saying, have these people who are throwing their weight behind Naira Marley and condemning EFCC, have they at least admonished Naira Marley for that kind of post? Have they admonished him? Admonish him, talk to him, and the rest. Not only him, there are many, especially in that music industry. There are many praising Yahoo boys doing this, and condemn it. So come out and say, guy, what you're doing is wrong. Don't further spoil the fabrics of the soul of this country. By the time you do that, then come out and say, okay, EFCC, you are overflexing muscle over this thing. Then it is understandable, so that you don't lopside. I mean, you don't Yoruba and Lower Simi o fi segbe kan ju. Alright, you don't appear to be taking side. Balance it. Exactly, Treasure and Yowale, they all came after Rugged Man and Simi instead of talking to the boy. You all came after Rugged Man and Simi, who came out to say this is wrong. You came after them. Do you get it? At least Rugged Man, talk to him. The guy should have respected himself. The guy should have respected himself. Somebody is saying, guys, stop doing this thing, is wrong. You are abusing him. Can you imagine? Somebody is trying to caution you, say this thing is wrong, you are abusing him. Okay, now all of those hundreds of thousands of followers of Naira Marley who are hailing him on social media for saying that kind of a thing, where were they at the court? We don't see them for court too. They no come. All those Instagram followers, we don't see them. We don't see them. Nobody wants to associate with Nigerians. Can you imagine that? Maxwell Omijie. Well, the offense that we know of publicly is that it came out to be justifying internet cybercrime. And that alone calls for investigation. If you are justifying something and saying it is okay to do it, that means you are probably also indulging in the act. It calls for investigation, naturally. Alright? But the second thing is that upon investigation, EFCC claimed that they found incriminating items with him. Therefore, they want to try him. Whether he will be guilty of that, I don't know. But the offense, not crime now, the offense that the immorality he committed was coming public to justify internet cybercrime. It's very wrong. You don't do that, because you are rubbing it on our face. You are insulting the intelligence of the rest of us who do not want to go that way. We don't want to commit crime to survive. You are making us look like fools. So, and you are also destroying the moral fabrics of the society, because you have hundreds of thousands of people who follow you, and you are shaping opinions for them because you are a model. You are shaping opinions for them. Ayomide Osho, you're welcome. You're welcome. So please, that is the point. You don't justify Yahoo. So Daddy Showkey, please, I want to advise, while you are condemning EFCC, I also join you to condemn EFCC. But please, for goodness sake, Daddy Showkey, kindly also admonish Naira Marley. Please admonish Naira Marley and the rest of them, not only in the rest of them who are also justifying criminal acts. So please, we can't afford to destroy this country any further. What a bad country, pata pata. Okay? Audio Hen is asking, where is the morality? Where is the morale to start with? Are you saying there's nothing like morality? Are you saying there is nothing, as in nothing at all, that we can build upon? We grew up learning moralities. Our parents, you know, they started teaching us morals. Oh, this is wrong, this is right. We grew up with that. So there's moral foundation. So crashing it all together because you extremely or desperately want to survive is immoral. Yes, it's important because we have to emphasize it. As much as we even emphasize it, people are still committing crime as we speak right now. And you are saying we are emphasizing, we have not even done enough. We will continue. We can't exhaust this. The way Nigerian youth, yes. See, if elders have lost morality, other end. If elders have lost morality, does not mean that we should now lose our senses. The elders have lost morality, and that is why we are looking to kick them out, so that the young people can start leading a new generation. Forget the elders, other end. Forget the elders. Naira Marley is not elder in this case. He's a small boy. He's a young guy. So Naira Marley cannot be said. We are not talking about elders now. We are okay. Do you say because somebody is wrong, it should set pace for you to also be wrong? At least you can see that it is wrong. What is supposed to be your own responsibility, you set it right. It can start from anywhere. There are no laid down rules of where morality should start from. It can start from you. You will be a father to your children. Morality should start from you, in the home, in the house. They only call him and caution him. Well, they called him, they investigated him, and they found something, and they are trying him. Really? Well, if that is the opinion, then can we just give up on them, on this country altogether? Naira Marley is not the problem, I agree with you. But the issue is that it's not the problem, fine. But was he arrested for nothing? It's not the major problem, fine. But he wants to contribute. Alright? Do you get what we are saying? It's not the major problem, but he wants to contribute. And we are not challenging. That is exactly the problem we have right now. They are challenging their efforts, their talents, their skills, their energy into defrauding other people. Because everyone is doing that, it does not mean that's right at all. Yes, it doesn't make it right. You don't say EFCC should go to only one place. They are doing everything together. They have not done enough in the area of politicians, I agree. But it doesn't therefore mean they should now ignore those that are. Do you know these musicians control minds of millions of people that follow them? Alright, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. I won't take side to go with that, so that people that are not joining us live, who want to watch this video on a playback, will not see it too long. Alright.
He still lives black power, black power. He's still living. I say he still lives Kalakuta vibes in call. He still lives Africa shrine in call. He still lives Shagunolu Dotun. He still lives He's still living. I say he still lives everybody knows. You show us the holy, you show us the preacher, you taught us the grinding, you taught us the holy.
So I think as far as Africa is concerned, music cannot be for enjoyment. Music